Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. Today we're talking about Daredevil Reborn. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I'm your host, Brent, and today we're talking about Daredevil Reborn. No, I don't have a trade paperback in my hands. I bought this on my iPad some time ago, and the Shadowland stuff with Daredevil left me such in a rut that I was like, I'm not going to seek this out just to review it. I have it on my iPad. I'm just going to read it there. It's short. It's only 4 issues, 4 or 5. Yeah, it's kind of short. And the story is just like so strange. Yes, you know Matt Murdock is like walking across America at the end of the Daredevil arc, or he's disappeared, and you find him walking in this desert, and you don't really know where he's been. You don't know what his quest is. You don't know what his reason is. Matt's just like, I want to get out of wherever I've been, and not necessarily atone for his sins. He's just like, I don't want to be involved in anything, because he's so disappointed in himself that he realized he got taken over by some demon, as we found out in the Shadowland book, right? So I was thinking this was going to set up Mark Waid's run, and it kind of doesn't. And does Daredevil redeem himself in this book? Not really. It's more like Matt Murdock stumbles into a small town, discovers some crimes, fights the crime, stops the crime, and then says, you know what? I'm going to go back to New York and become Daredevil, and that's the last page. And it's like, what made you think that this was going to be a great story? You could put this anywhere. You could do this with any character. And there's nothing in here about Matt like finding himself again. It's just like, oh, there's another blind kid and people are being hurt, and he finds out that the cops in this town aren't really cops, and then decides to put on himself to like take care of everything. And that's the 4 issues there. And he comes up with this major drug dealer, and there's no villains. It's just like gangsters in the mob in this storyline. The art's pretty good, but it just doesn't make sense to call this Daredevil Reborn. Like, the Captain America Reborn was like, why does Steve have to be Captain America? And we're going through time, and we're trying to get Steve back, and there's so many different moving pieces. This Daredevil Reborn story is just very, very straightforward. It's very blasé, I would say. So, do you need to read Daredevil Reborn? No. Do you need to read Shadowland? No. So, I don't know. I was very underwhelmed by it, I think. It wasn't bad. It's just 4 issues that, I don't know, didn't have a purpose. Especially when you're going to call it Reborn and advertise it to readers as like Matt's journey back to being Daredevil, when there wasn't much of a journey at all. It was more of like a task, and Matt deciding that he's going to do this task rather than let it be, which I feel like would happen anyway. But that doesn't mean that he should go and be Daredevil again and put on the costume again after everything he did. So there's no inner monologue or Matt dealing with his demons or anything like that. No inward introspection or a real reason to put on the red cap and horns again, other than, hey, we have Mark Waid coming and he's going to knock it out of the park with Daredevil, so you need to get him back to that point. Because Mark Waid doesn't want to deal with your Shadowland shit, I feel like is what really happened. So, yeah, Daredevil Reborn, totally skippable. I really think you should just not read it at all. So, I mean, it's fine, but it's not like you have to read this Daredevil story. It's essential in the chronology or whatever of Matt's journey. It's not at all. So, anyway, those are my thoughts on Daredevil Reborn. Let me know what you guys think of it down below in the comments. We'll see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.